Going over the 5 pros and the 5 cons on what it's like to live here in Kelowna, and stay tuned to the end. You might be surprised by number 5, and maybe Kelowna is not the right option for you, but maybe we can find you other areas, and let's talk. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, to make sure you don't miss out on what it's like to live here in Kelowna and all the future videos. For the pro of living here in Kelowna, temperate weather is probably pro number 1. It's really what brought the retirees. Kelowna used to be known as a retiree center, and a lot of retirees here, but it's starting to get younger demographic, and the temperate weather is really bringing people here. You get to enjoy the water. Today is January 19th, and it's 1 degree. It's a little bit windy, so a little bit colder than normal, but still overall, nice weather. You can go skiing in the mountains. You still get all 4 seasons, but you get the nice hot summers and the temperate weather in the winter with a little bit of snow. It just makes it a little bit easier to live with. But with that temperate weather comes a lot more stronger demand, and that would be the first con on it. Would be the stronger demand. The housing and the cost of living here in Kelowna can be pretty substantial, and there's taxes on everything. It's called the sunshine tax, and you pretty much get taxed on everything here in British Columbia, but it comes it's well worth it. I don't mind paying a little bit more to live here, experience the outdoors and whatnot, but that would be a con. There's people calling me every week thinking about moving here to Kelowna. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, send me a Perrier kitchen, whatever does it for you. Just reach out. I'd be happy to help you. Really, what pro number 2, it would be the work-life balance. What Kelowna gives you. You can live, work, and play, and not have to spend hours on the road commuting to work and commuting to the beach or commuting to the mountains. It's a 45-minute drive to Big Whites to go skiing or snowboarding. You can hit the lake in the summer, with probably in walking distance, depending on where you're living, and just variety of opportunities to go hiking, just right outside your back door and exploring your own back door. So that's really a pro, really what our family loves. We love hiking in the trails in the back with the young family, and hitting the slopes of Big White. With that though, the sprawl city of Kelowna, it's kind of drawn out a little bit, so you don't really, depends on where you're at. Sometimes you will have to drive a little bit further to get to those certain things or get to the work. If you do want to get that close proximity to downtown and the work-life balance, if you're working in a tower and really get that close proximity, it's quite expensive, or else you're looking at more of a condo option there. So con number 2 would be just that proximity to everything, and further out you go, sometimes the less services and the less options you have. If you're in the lower Mission, there's not a whole lot of stores and restaurants and stuff like that close by, versus if you're right in the downtown or in the Kelowna South area in the hospital region. Pro number 3 would be the small community feel that Kelowna has. Kelowna is about 200,000 people if you're including all the way from Peachland to Lake Country, around 230,000 people. Kelowna itself is roughly around 140,000 people. So it definitely does have a small community feel, and if you've been here long enough, or if you talk to people that have lived here for a number of years, everybody seems to know everybody, and they can definitely tell you a lot of the history, and it has that small community feel. And you can ask around a little bit, and you can really find out a lot about reputable people. With the strong demand here in Kelowna, the con number 3 would be just it is a little bit more transient. So you do have people moving in and moving out, and so sometimes businesses and startups will start a business and kind of the fly-by-night operation, not necessarily do the job that they're doing, do a half job and take off, and you'll never hear or see them again. So that is con number 3, and something to be aware of if you are looking to get some work done and hire some people out here. Pro number 4 is Kelowna is growing right now. It is just expanding and pretty much bursting at the hips there. Kelowna is growing 4,000 people a year, 11 people a day, and that's probably going to increase now with COVID. We're starting to see a lot more people move here with the virus. People are working from home. Kelowna is known as a tech center. We get a lot of retirees from Vancouver moving here as well, and options for young families to be able to get some more space, and so they are choosing Kelowna as a place to live in. And with a con on that, it does put a little bit of a strain on the services that we have. So, you know, childcare is one of those things that, you know, that doesn't necessarily have enough childcare here. So if you do have young kids, a young family, and starting out there, I'd suggest getting on a wait list for any childcare in specific areas. Get on multiple wait lists, just because it might take you a while to be able to get it. And then other services too are, you know, just expanding. So it depends on where you live and where you're planning to move to. Just make note of that if you are moving to a certain area, just to watch out for. And number 5, the pro number 5, what I have for you is the vibrant downtown. You can see the new buildings behind me going up in the Delta Grand, down here at Waterfront Beach. And the vibrant downtown here is, you know, is really becoming more cultural, and you know, walkability and a livable place. And it's definitely growing, and the small businesses are really taking off, and a lot of small local restaurants that are you know, building up and making a name for themselves. So some great options down here in the downtown area, and just quick walks, easy walks for it. The con with that, the last con here, in which you might not be aware of, but there is a huge wage gap here in Kelowna. So a lot of people come with outside money. Not necessarily all the money's been made here in Kelowna, so there is a little bit of a wage gap. And because the competition for jobs, and because the Okanagan is such a desirable place, there is a lot of competition for jobs, and which really puts pressure on the wages, and business owners can technically charge a little bit less for it because there's that much more supply of workers out here. So sometimes the wage gap is a little bit different. There you have it. There's the 5 pros and the 5 cons of living here in Kelowna. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button, it really helps me out. And people are calling me every week about thinking about moving here, so give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. I'd love to help you out. And you know what, maybe if Kelowna is not the right option for you, maybe West Kelowna, Peachland, Lake Country, let's find you what the right option is for you and your family.